Okay, Capricorn, we are in for the work reading. I don't know how many of these are going to actually land in that particular area, but nonetheless, we're getting some energetic feed here, no less. We're going to continue. So the first card that I have for you from the Pulp Tarot deck is the World card. Okay. Major Arcana. It's the end of a major situation here. It would, and they said it now becomes minor because we've learned our lesson here and we're ready to cycle through and continue forward. The sense is that we've put something to a completion here and a successful one at that. We're not quite, I feel like we're on the pinnacle of this. Is just a matter of a few things, a few pieces. They're showing me 3 pieces falling into place and then we can carry on. So a sense of closure coming really quickly here, if not what we're working on at the moment. The next card is the Queen of Cups. That's interesting. This one's going around through the readings here so far. I've only done a few here, but the Queen of Cups in this deck, I've allotted her to have the energy of innocence almost, but a genuine heart coming from the goodness, not only of herself, but of others, and looking for that, seeking that out in others. This may be our energy or maybe someone in our field that we're focused on. Next card, the King of Wands. I feel like that's us. I feel like we are in King of Wands energy here. This could, hold on. They're going, yes, this is correct, but we want to make sure that there's 2 separate energies under this guise of this card. One is a potential enemy, and one is, yes, us going forward. And the fact that, okay, they want me to spell this out for you. The fact that this person is in the exact same energy as we are depicts that we have all the tools to deal with them properly. So does that other person. So if we feel we are higher grade or lower grade, this is incorrect. We are an exact match to this person that is coming forth here to take action. Now I feel, this is interesting so far. I feel the energy that is encompassing you from this King of Wands card. Okay, Capricorn? You are an earth element. And this is out of your element because this is fire. So there is something that has brought you to a precipice where you are. I feel like it's a completion of a cycle here, wanting to close, okay? We are taking affirmative action in moving forward, burning down the house. It's interesting because they gave me that exact phrase and I'm like, is that a song I'm supposed to attach to one of the videos? No, it was a little bit of future vision here. And that's the thing. We're going to burn down the house until we get what we want, if that's what's needed. And I you know, there's a lot of cutthroat energy in these readings, frankly. And again, this could be career or any sector, but this is what I'm trying to cover. But again, the universe comes down and just does what they want there as well. So give me a moment. The salamander on the back, that's the creative force that brings us to take action, right? So he's driven by his ability to move at this time, even though it's out of your element. Now, we are moving away from the Queen of Cups, and they want to make that clear, okay? Now, this house is burning. That's our focus. There's something here that is collapsing, and it's got all of our attention at this moment. Now, there's where the energy sits. This is what we want to know about. This is the completion we're coming to. I feel like we may be, yeah, this is the completion. It's like if that was our building, it's now, how do you say, how would I word that? I don't feel any panic from this King of Wands energy. Right? Because he's a king, he's usually in control, and if he's looking at this thing burning, he may even be the cause of it coming down, okay? But nonetheless, there's no panic here. This man is just steadfast, watching things around him collapse. I'll leave it there. We'll move into the next row. I feel like this is going to be heavy energy. Not only because in life, period, when we complete a cycle, that is, you know, that's an uplifting of energy, right? So we're going from a heavy energy to a lighter energy. But I feel like we're doing so forcefully. So we'll continue here. As we get onto the world card, as we clarify with the work cards from the Infinity deck, what do we get on top of there? Suits. Okay. And the suits card comes in when we're dealing with people, higher ups, if you will, right? In the job front. People that come in once a month, they check things over and off they go. They're highly removed from what's actually going on in the office or wherever it is that your workplace is. These are the people that are very disconnected from what needs to be done, what has to be done, and what priorities need to be in line here. And I feel like the King of Wands, he's in it. He's right in the mix of it. And I feel like you either are putting an end to dealing with suits, or there may have been a suit in your past that you had to put an end to because somebody telling you what to do that frankly just didn't make sense, this kind of thing. Yeah, so we're the sense that I get here is we've completed our session with that person. And I do get, like, whenever the world comes in, it's a successful completion. Why? Because we understand why we're not going to go back to that same energy. We're moving forward into new energy. And I feel like these suits have something to do with it. So higher ups, managers, you know, what production managers they gave me. But higher officials above us that we have to answer to that really, again, are highly disconnected from everything. I feel like they're so disconnected that we had to clue them in on a few things and they may not have gone too well. In fact, they want to keep their delusions, so we're moving forward. So something about this, okay? So that's the past energy. This is what we're dealing with the aftermath of. And this burning building is starting to take shape here as we move forward. So on the Queen of Cups, what do we get here on top of that energy? Axed. Okay, there's a heart-centered relationship here. Now, give me a minute. I don't know if that's something that we've cut out, maybe, or that's something that's cut us out. Now, the axe is going in the direction of the King of Wands. So I feel like the Queen of Cups has axed this King of Wands out of their life. This may be also, you know, the burning building thing. Something is diminishing right in front of our eyes, okay? Give me a minute here. Yeah. We're cutting away. The Queen of Cups has cut away the King of Wands. Okay, we'll leave it there. Next, on top of the King of Wands, what's their energy? Illumination. Illuminate the brain. Illuminate the brain. We are being illuminated to something here in our future. I feel like it doesn't really have anything to do with the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups has made a decision not to deal with us in some kind of way. Now, beyond that, we have been illuminated to something in our future. That's all I'm getting. I'm not getting what. But I do feel it's huge for our way forward. I feel like this illumination process is really, even though we're not in a panic, we may be in a bit of a shock here as to this kind of hitting us sideways. It's kind of what I get. We're illuminating something we weren't illuminated to before. So therefore, it's like we didn't expect this. Okay? Now, we're going to move on to the feminine cards. On top of the suits, again, there's a completion here having to do with a higher official that we've had to deal with. The feminine infinity card we get there is the Five of Water. Okay, this breaking away of someone of higher authority, is what they said, has created the Five of Cups, disappointment. We have a feminine energy crying. So there's a sense of deep sorrow and feeling for the completion of this cycle. Okay, so even though we may have completed a cycle here having to do with someone higher up, it affected us highly emotionally on that level. Okay, Next cards, Queen of Cups, axed. So somewhere along the lines here, we've had a Queen of Cups that's axed our energy out of their life. Now, the card on top of that is 19, the Sun. I feel like that has created a field for them that is free and, you know, it's taken a lot of weight off of them, is what I get. Now, I feel like you're the King of Wands in this energy, and they go, well, there's two. Okay, just give me a minute here. They did say the splitting of the king. This Queen of Cups, okay, hold on. I feel like, okay, we know this Queen of Cups, okay? Not directly, but indirectly. Now, or affected by them indirectly. Now, as a Capricorn being in a King of Wands energy, we are focused on our future and things that we are being illuminated to us right now. That has nothing to do with the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups, have they axed? They don't know of the King of Wands in Capricorn energy, but there's another Wands fire energy that they have cut out of their life, and this has created a great wealth of energy and freedom for the Queen of Cups to revive. They're going like a revival of some sort. They're showing me the energy of, let's go back to that Queen of Cups, okay? Look at her face. It's almost like, you know, the what do you call it? The cat that ate the milk or whatever. I don't know what the saying is, but anyway. It's like I got the cream, you know, and there's something here this Queen of Cups is holding in. She created a separation in her life that has created a good energy flow for her. She's cut something away that needed to go, and it has bounced her up into a more positive field, is the sense. Now, this King of Wands, again, this is weird. These series of, going back to the love readings even, it's like there's people, I don't know if they're potentials or they were past people or just somebody that has an effect on our life to turn us in a different direction. That could be. It's like these people don't know each other, but inadvertently they affect off each other. Something that one person does has an effect on the other person, but they don't know each other. They're not in the circles. They're not communicating. There's no connection here. Okay, so if you can figure that out. So this Queen of Cups is on a good flow of energy. She's being illuminated herself energetically. The King of Wands is being illuminated to things in his future. His back is to this Queen of Cups, which emphasizes the fact that they don't know each other, okay? Now, on top of the illumination card, the feminine card we get on the King of Wands is 10, the Wheel of Fortune. That's about fate. And not only that, taking the reins of fate. So I feel like Capricorn, you're going to take the wheel and move forward here. And you may even be taking some feminine energy on in order to do so properly. More efficiently is what they said. Now, this is a really weird energy. I feel like this King of Wands, which is you, Capricorn, I feel like you are you? Hold up. Does this person have a double life? We could be talking about that as well. They give me a check mark there. And I was like, yeah, it could apply. If it applies to one person, it could apply. So here we go. We may have a King of Wands who is a double agent kind of thing. They're playing up two sides of a story here. Now, give me a moment to figure this out. To illuminate to the whole. Wheel of Fate has taken over here. They're showing me that's the burning building. The fortune here and fate is taking one of our options away, is what it's saying. But it was the option we chose, is the sense. Like, this burning building, I get the sense, this King of Wands, of two minds that he is, he has chosen a direction. That would be you, Capricorn, in case we're confused. We chose this direction, and as we go forward to claim our prize, it bursts into flames. And suddenly it's not our prize anymore. It's not what we wanted. We didn't want a burning building. We wanted the building to go in, do business, and carry forward in a certain kind of way. And that's being taken off the table. That's their words, not mine. Now this option is taken off the table. We've been illuminated as something here that's cut a complete option that we were 100% invested in right out of the mix. Okay, that is your fate, to see that, to go about this way and come across. So if you think that you're being cut out of something, no, you're being realigned to the right, proper way, because we chose the wrong path, that kind of thing. You constantly get this with certain signs. Okay, so let's continue. This is a very deep, serious card, or like serious card, but it's a serious scenario. Like, I don't feel like I want to laugh at this stuff, even though I could make a joke here. It's heavy duty. It's like life-changing, life-affirming, this kind of thing. We're going through all the motions here. And it's also fated, part of our life, to get us on the right track. And again, we may have chose a path here that's just crumbling before, crumbling through our fingers kind of thing. So as we move on to the Cat Tarot, again, 5 of Water, going back to that card, that's great disappointment. We had to close a door here that caused us a great amount of pain. What do we get on top of that? We get like another 5 of Cups. Don't know what to do with themselves is what they said. The head in the hand. So this just somebody here that was either running a show or taking charge. Was it us that cut it off? Or I feel like, is this like, I don't understand. There's a lot here that's in gray area, frankly. Now, no matter what the deal is here, there was someone here that had a completion and end, okay? There's also a direction we chose to go in that is ending in front of us. We made the decision to go in that, and they're saying finally again. This has been infused in a couple of those readings. They're going, we finally made a decision, and then we realize it's the wrong one. Great disappointments on a lot of levels here. And a support system that we thought we had is no longer. Okay, next row. Queen of Cups, Axe. This Queen of Cups, now, if we're dealing with someone here that is two-faced to a degree that we're playing one end as an angel and one end as the devil, if this is the case, then that would be the Queen of Cups has cut that out, okay? I don't feel the King of Wands even noticing a difference there. They're focused in one direction. It's like away from the Queen of Cups. So they're being illuminated to something here that is fated, and it is there to draw their attention. So them focusing on that is the right thing to do, whether it was something that blew up in front of them in order for them to see, or what have you. Now, on top of the 19, the Sun card, we get the 7 of Wands. And again, this card kind of brings about having to stand up against someone. I feel like that energy goes back to the Queen of Wands. Again, why do we need to know about this person when they're not in our life? We don't communicate with them, and we're not connected to them. I do not know, but this is what's happening. This Queen of Cups has asked something out of her life. Now I'm gonna release from the Capricorn energy at this time, and whether it's a Capricorn or some resemblance of this, or are we mirroring a life of someone that we're just not connected to? That could be as well, because they're giving me that sense. It's just two people that are mirrors, but they're not. They don't know each other. Okay. Yeah, weird energy. So. The 7 of Wands. You know, like, I got to go into this. When I was shuffling the cards, I was like, wow, this is smooth. These cards are shuffling so smooth, like smoother than smooth. Smoother than normal. Things are going smoother than normal. And I feel like maybe up to now, that's where the Capricorn was sitting. things are so smooth, everything's under control. But something's happening here to shift that. But interestingly, the cards did not flip all over the place. They were very in control, very in the box, everything. So either we're dealing with something in this way or learning to, I don't know. But I get a flipping, like a black and a white here. We got two sides. We don't have just one person we're dealing with. It's like, and they're very close, if not the same person. So energetically, you'd be talking about someone with a split personality, or you'd be talking about someone who's pretending like a double life. They're living a life like this, and then like a double agent, and then on the other side, they're doing dark, dirty deeds. Something like this is going on here, okay? And the Seven of Wands, I feel like somehow, inadvertently, this Queen of Cups has had to deal with this energy. They axed it out, and they're in defense of anything that comes forth in any way, shape, or form. So, that needed to be known. As we go back to the Capricorn energy, this King of Wands, I feel like there may be someone leading us, and we're following quite heavily, and that has been demolished. Like the lead, like suddenly we don't have a reason to follow this person anymore, is kind of the sense. Or it's a black and white within a conflict within the one person, and suddenly they went off in one direction, and now that's disintegrated. So we've been illuminated to that. It is part of our path and our fate to come across this. So don't stress about that being the wrong, because it's actually going to get you in the right way. Because again, a lot of the bad options are just being taken off the table. On top of the Wheel of Fortune, the cat card we get there is the Three of Wands, looking forward to our future. And that's what the Wheel of Fortune is doing as well. I think they're saying we have no other choice here than to look what the future has to bring, because all of our plans have crumbled beneath our feet. Okay. We're being illuminated to the wrong sense of things, and not only that, it's being eliminated from our path completely. Again, the ability to go in the wrong way is just not there. So if we choose the wrong way and we start walking down it, that will disintegrate. This is what's happening to the Capricorn. Okay, next row. The masculine deck, this is going to be straightforward here. The last set of cards. Five of Cups, there's great disappointment here having to deal with a higher up. There's a completion of a cycle here, having to come to a close. It's very disappointing. Very hard on us emotionally. Absolutely. The card we get on top of that for the Infinity Masculine is the Two of Water. Oh, that's why. That's why. We got a mirrored soul here. Okay, give me a moment, because there's mirrored soul, twin flame, soulmate. What's going on? Now, I think what happened here is the completion was of a mirrored soul. And that's why we're not in contact with them, because they are the exact replica of us in another form. Okay? Our seed, they split it before they shoot it down to earth. Okay, this is what happened here. That is completed. That cycle is completed. And I feel like that has to do with our choice. We chose to walk away from that, and that's why we're, in the past, we've dealt with some disappointment. I think now we're really focused on moving forward, and that's not as bothersome. It may be disappointing, but it's not as bothersome as it was while we were going through it. Holy. Okay, and the Two of Cups, this is why I can't separate it, because it's the same soul. One's a positive and one's a negative. And when I was talking about twins and all that stuff, this is the thing. And I'll tell you, in real life, I've come across a few twins, or what I perceive as twins, right? I could be wrong as well. But my perception of what comes through here, you always have a positive and a negative. And then I was informed down the road, a few years past that conclusion, that well, it's not that they were a positive and a negative. It's one has been distorted so that they can't come together. And that distortion they have to make an agreement for that. And I feel like the Capricorn did that. They decided they're going to be a negative pole, and they made that agreement. So when they do that, they cease to exist with the twin. They cannot come together with the twin because they've made a pact to go with the devil. And that's what it has. That's what happens. And therefore then they how do you say? They start writing up the soul mate contract, and then they bring that one in, and then that replaces the twin, because a lot of these twins have been worked on spiritually to distort their energy field and bring them off their path so far that they can't get back. This is what's happened to the Capricorn. They're gone so far off track that they can't get back anymore. They're too far in the grips of the wrong side of things that they just really don't want to get back. It's against their will. So this is what. And once that teeter-totter is tipped all the way over, then the universe, like this, I feel like that's what happened here. This Queen of Cups was the King of Wands. That was their partner. Even though we have wrong elements, the reason we have wrong elements is because they're not in the right frequency. If the King of Cups was here, then we would know they were in the right frequency. They're meant to be together, da da da. Even if the King of Pentacles was here, they're in the right frequency. They're meant to be. But it's not. I'm not getting a grand energy from this King of Wands. I'm getting death and destruction. So this is where it's headed off to. Okay. I don't know. They're waiting for something to come in here. The universe has rerouted them. Well, not reroute them. They made decisions on the wrong side. What's happening is those things are crumbling, so they're no longer something we can grab onto with the same momentum. So now we got to wait for a new opportunity to come in the future is what's going on here. And that will come. And it will come in our frequency. And if we're not at a balanced frequency, it will come in that way as well. Imbalanced. So, okay, this is complex. Yeah, because this fall really is about getting getting all of the love partners together. And if you're a twin flame or what they deem as a twin flame, again, we all have our perceptions of that, and I think mine is highly warped as well. But a partner that is so deeply ingrained that it just means everything. These partners are supposed to come together. Now, if one is a positive and one's a negative, the universe will not allow this. That other person either has to evolve up to that positive or they carry on to another negative. And right now, this Capricorn's carrying on to another negative. Or they're going to look for another negative that matches them. Because they refuse to. They're walking away from the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is axed that king anyway. So it's an agreement on both ends. Neither one of them want to be together in the frequency that they're at. So here we go. On top of the Seven of Wands, man, this is a deep reading. This queen, this is all her energy right down the center. This is what we're dealing with right now, is coming to terms with this in some kind of way. I feel like it's basically internal. I do not feel these people know each other. I feel there's people outside of them in their universe that could be the epitome of these characters. But these are twins that were supposed to be together, but because one has chosen the negative path, they will not be allowed to come through to that Queen of Cups. And again, this Queen of Cups in this deck is pure. She's pure morally. She's pure psychically. She's pure on all levels. So, and that just doesn't come by being a Pisces or a Cancer or a Scorpio. That comes with being a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, having to go through a lot of shit in the process. So anyway, I need to say that. Because this Seven of Wands is about defensive behavior. That's the lion that gets under control through the Strength card. But here we're still fighting it. We're still battling it. But there is a boundary here, and it is being kept. And look at the lion wearing a mask. Because I feel like this King of Wands, okay, is someone who is doing that. They're wearing a mask to the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups saw through the mask and now is defending themselves, saying, no, you shall not pass. And the King of Wands is moving on. So this is the scenario. 3, man. So anyway, the 7 of Wands. Okay, on top of that, we get the 7 of Air, another 7. 7s to me are success points. Whenever I get a 7 from the universe, and this is my own personal relationship that I have with my signs and synchronicities. When I get a 7, that means good job, you did something right. What was the lesson you learned? Did you, look over your day and see what successes you've had. The 7-7 is good job. We've been, working on this and we accomplished something that means a lot spiritually. The more 7s, the more emphasis on how we're growing in a spiritual way. So we got 2 7s here on the Queen of Cups. 1, they're congratulating, good job for standing your ground and not letting something come in. Because these twin soul mate, whatever you want to call them, these high pull areas, when we have a negative, and again, I've said this in my readings before, I don't care if that's your twin, universal star seed, whatever, I don't care. Out of this world, that was the one. If they treat you like shit, you walk. You walk. You don't stay, no matter what. But the pull is high here. So this Queen of Cups had to overcome a lot in order to resist that, is what I'm getting. Now, the 7 of Air is about sneaky behavior. They're going, this is on both ends. The King of Wands, like again, I feel a great disconnect from the King of Wands. So I'm going to emphasize more on the Queen here, because that's the energy that's opening up to me. Now, this Queen, she's transparent. She's open field. You want to read me? Go ahead. You're not going to... I'm not on the sneaky end, though I can be quite quiet and let people go through their trials and tribulations. Even if I see them coming across a trap, I'm not going to warn them. And there's a reason she's not going to warn this King of Wands, because he's wearing a mask anyway. This kind of thing. So there's some sneaky behavior with the Queen of Cups, because she's laying low, letting this guy get caught up in all his lessons, is what I get. Because we could go hand in hand with this guy and come right forward and be in their face and tell them. But they know what will happen down that road. And a lot of times it's like children when being a parent. You got to look at them at a certain point and you got to say, go and do what you got to do, kid. Get into the trouble, because it's better to get into it now than when you're in your 50s and you got to figure life out at that point, because then it's a very different situation. At least when you're young, there's a bubble for that. Oh, he's young. He just got himself into trouble. He'll get out of it. But when you're older, there's no excuses. This kind of thing. The energy is less forgiving at the point where you're an adult. So you're better off learning these lessons when you're young. But I feel like this King of Wands, I don't know if he even learned the lessons or he wanted to learn the lessons. I don't think he's about lessons. I think he's just about me. And this doesn't serve me some way, shape, or form, so I'm turning my back. But unfortunately, where he's going, that's not going to have the ability to serve him, because it's not stable. It's, So the 7 of Air, there's sneakiness on both sides, but I feel the Queen of Cups, right? She's from a more heart-centered way. It's like tough love from a parent. Well, if you want to go down that road, you bump your head, you're going to have to get back on the horse and start riding again. But do it, don't make the mistake that you did when you got hurt. This kind of thing. And from the other side, I feel like we're being sneaky in the future, like trying to gain things. We're being sneaky is what I get. But anyway, as we move on to the King of Wands, the last card. I don't know. The Fate is here. 4 of Fire. Okay. We're trying to create a home and a family. What is going on here, man? Like... I'm not going to feel sorry for things here. I feel a lack of, they're going a suspension of would be better worded. Okay. So I feel a suspension of compassion within this King of Wands. And until that comes back, he's really not going to gain this 4. But he is searching for his future partner. And he has been cut off and has cut from something that hurt him in the past. And that's all we know here. And it is part of his fate to go forward and carry on. This is all I'm getting. So, it's strong. It's carry forward. They're going, okay. Wayward son. Okay. Fortune card to overview the whole thing. This is a heavy reading. And again, it's not, yeah, I won't say no more. On top of that, we got the Death card. A time of natural transition and transformation. Again, if we bring our compassion in, we will gain the Four of Fire. The family, the happy family, the life that we want. We're looking forward in the future. It is our fate to go and seek and find. But we have to transition in order to attain it. And this is what is going on here. We have the sneaky card right in the middle. So in the present, we're kind of being sneaky about things. But our goal here is to attain a family life. And it is our fate to get there. But there's something missing here. Something off. Something's... Give me a minute here. We have no numbers attached to this Death card. But that's about connecting to spiritual energies. And I'm telling you, they're leaving me a lot of blanks with this King of Wands. And because, Capricorn, it's out of your element, I'm not meant to know, is what they said. So anyway, we're looking toward our future. Our fate is to find a family and be happy within that. Our fortune says we can gain it if we use our illumination process properly. Some of the decisions that we're making at this time that may be incorrect are going to just disintegrate if they're not the right way anyway. So in other words, you're being funneled down a certain path anyway. So all you have to do is transition along with the decisions and you'll be fine. I don't know what else to say. It's pretty heavy. There's a soulmate or a twin or some kind of a twin soul seed that we are turning our back on. And there's something more they want me to pull here, and I don't know that I'm focusing on it. But nonetheless, we're looking to our future. The buildings are burning. And the sense I get from the King of Wands is I'm not stressed about it. I'm just going to continue in the way that I was. Again, watch the compassion here, because we may be taking our compassion out in order to go forward successfully. But if we do not have our compassion intact, we will not gain our fate. Take care. Have fun.